Colin. Excited from a baseball standpoint. Athletic kid. We like the hit too. We think he could be an impact player on the dirt for us. Like the defensive ability. We think he has a chance to develop some power. Really exciting for the player. For Brandon on the baseball side, high 90s fastball, touching 100, ability to spin the baseball with the changeup, strike thrower, athletic, and we're excited for him as well.
Yeah, just to echo what Drew said, excited to get both these players into our system. Excited about the development opportunities both of them have, and eager to get them started on a professional journey. Just in regards to Brandon, we obviously selected him last year with our third-round selection. Couldn't work out an agreement. Brandon had to give his consent to be reselected this year, which he did, obviously. Couldn't come to an agreement last year. Brandon decided to go back to school, bet on himself, worked out, got selected a round higher this year. Just really excited that we could select him again this year.
Thank you, Steve. We'll go to Colin next.
Am I supposed to be saying something?
Just a few opening remarks, Colin.
Oh, my bad. I'm really excited to be drafted by the Mets. It's growing up, this was my dream. And so to finally have this opportunity is really amazing, and I'm blessed. So that's all I got.
Thank you very much. And Brandon?
Yeah, no, going along with what he said, I'm super excited about this. Super blessed. It's funny how the world works. And in the same position last year, like you said, couldn't work out a deal, but went back, bet on myself, and it was for the better. But like I said, it's funny how things turn out. But I'm super excited and super blessed.
You were in this situation. It was this team. Can you sort of describe why it didn't all come together last year and why you're excited about the idea of again being with the Mets?
I'm not going to go into too much detail about last year. Just really not when it didn't work out. Didn't come to an agreement with a deal. That's all I'm really going to say about that. But with this year, I went back, bet on myself, got my degree. So I have that under my belt. But it's always been my dream to play pro baseball. So at this point, I'm ready to go. Got my degree. So I'm done with college baseball. There's really nothing left there for me. So I'm ready to move on. And blessed that the Mets were able to take me again.
Just to follow up on that, obviously it's probably about terms and whatever, but your interactions with the Mets, did you like the idea of pitching in New York? Did you like the idea of this organization?
I don't think the place really plays a factor in where I pitch. I've heard great things about the Mets. One of my former teammates is in the organization. So I've talked to him a little bit about it, and I've heard good things. It all just comes down to that I'm just excited to pitch. It doesn't to me the environment or where it's at doesn't affect me. But I've never been to New York, so I'll be excited for a trip there.
And Colin, I don't know exactly how you were feeling as the first round was unfolding. Did you have an idea about where you thought you might go, where you ended up, how you feel about it?
Yeah, so some of the mocks and stuff, all the different things had me at different places. And you really can't look at those as concrete. So I saw some of them, and I knew that was there was a chance that was going to happen. But drafts are unexpected. Things happen that are unexpected, and I'm very excited that the Mets picked me up, and I couldn't be more excited. So it's awesome.
Just to follow up, I mean, you've got a college commitment with a really strong program. How do you see the idea of going right into professional baseball versus going to college?
It's definitely, it's going to be, it's a tough decision, but I've always dreamed of, going to pro ball out of high school. And I think with the opportunity that the Mets have given me, it's going to be something I have to take into account for sure. And it's a win-win either way. But I do think there are benefits to getting in the system earlier with pro ball and things like that. So, but yeah.
Next go to Mark Sanchez.
Hey guys, congrats to both of you. I apologize for the noise. Brandon, I guess starting with you, did you expect the Mets to pick you again, or did this come as a surprise?
I mean, I had a little bit of dialogue with my advisor about it, about what might go down. So I mean, no, not really.
And Colin, you're from Braves country. Are you a Braves fan? And what do you think of the Mets?
I did grow up a Braves fan, but with the Mets picking me, then I guess that's obviously not the case anymore. So I'm gonna be rooting for the Mets, and that's how it is now. So it's all good.
Your family okay with that? Can they root for the Mets?
I'm sure they're gonna be right on board with me. So.
So you guys were involved with Brandon last year. While you guys were coming around to making a decision about this, what was it that made you feel like, yeah, we want to go down that road one more time with him, because we really
yeah, you were breaking up there, but I think we got the gist of your question. I mean, obviously he's an extremely talented pitcher. We were impressed with him last year. He got even better this year. He showed improvement. Like he said, like I said earlier, he bet on himself and it worked out for him, and we're really excited for the future with him.
All right, any other questions? Mark, go ahead.
Thank you, guys. Just in general, what kind of challenge is it when you get moved back 10 spots?
Can you repeat that? Sorry, you're breaking up.
Sorry, just in general, what kind of challenge is it when you get moved back 10 spots in the first round? Yeah,
I guess I could jump in. And, it's always hard to kind of forecast who's going to be there when you're picking that late. It's a lot easier when you're picking at the top third of the draft like we were last year, but it's also reflective of how the major league team is going when we're picking at the end. So yeah, I mean it's harder to forecast that, but we're just really excited that we got two of the top names on our board at where we picked.
And was there any surprise that Colin was still available there, or did you think that you had a good shot for him?
Yeah, I would say we were surprised that he got down there to us, but super excited that he did.
If it's all right if I ask Colin a question. I was trying to find the raise your hand tool and I couldn't find it. So is that all right?
Yep, no worries.
Colin, a lot was kind of made of you're a two-sport athlete, obviously a quarterback. What went into the decision? You obviously had a lot of offers from some really good schools on the football side as well. What kind of went into that decision to pursue baseball over football?
It was really last summer is when I decided just to stick with baseball. I knew I was always a baseball kid at heart, so it wasn't as difficult of a decision. For me personally, I think with my family and the school aspect was definitely a part of it. But logistically in college, if I were to do both, spring football comes right up on baseball season, and me knowing that I wanted to play baseball in college more than football, I knew that that was going to be an issue. So at that point, as well as, just realizing that it was time, I decided just to do baseball. So.
And obviously, I think you were committed to Mississippi State, correct?
Yes, sir.
Baseball.
Yes, sir.
And just what it's like to have.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit. I'm gonna have to ask you to say that again one more time.
Oh, sorry. You know Jet, what's it like, just that relationship? I don't know how familiar you are with him. Obviously, back-to-back years with 2 Mississippi State commits that are now coming over to the Mets. What that relationship might be like at the lower ranks.
Yeah, I watched Jet all the way up until he got drafted. So, he's obviously a really good player and someone I would look up to, especially just now that we're both going to the Mets. So it's really cool to be able to have him there. So